Hello, Rama Purport. Hope all are in good health, feeling great, wonderful, having a happy and peaceful life. Now let's continue with devotee Chaganlal. There he identified a big press which had not been operating for 6 months. When he asked its price, its owner quoted a price which he could not afford. But by now, this skeptic turned devotee knew the way out. He requested the printing press owner to come with him to Ramana Ashramam. Though the man had never heard of Ramana Maharishi, he went with Chaganlal. In the old hall, Bhagwan was told about the problem. Before he could answer, the owner of the press agreed to sell it to Chaganlal at the originally offered price. He was that deeply influenced by the presence of Bhagwan. The press was soon bought. On Chaganlal's request to give it a name, Bhagwan named it Aruna Press. Soon, the publications of Ramana Ashramam were being printed there. Bhagavan's devotees wanted to celebrate the golden jubilee of his advent to Arunachala on September 1, 1946, as he had come there 50 years ago on September 1, 1896. They also wanted to bring out a fine souvenir to commemorate the event, and of course, they wanted Aruna Press to print it. It was a big book with lots of illustrations. Chaganlal knew that there wasn't enough time to complete the printing, but he could not say no because it was for the ashram. Faced with this dilemma, he went to Bhagavan and told him how it was physically impossible to complete the printing within the stipulated time. Bhagavan listened for a few minutes and then went into silence. After some time, Bhagavan told him in English, "Do your work." Chaganlal took it as a command and blessing. He worked day and night along with his enthusiastic workers. A few days before the celebrations, maybe in the last week of August, he took copies of the Golden Jubilee souvenir and presented them to Bhagavan, much to the delight of the devotees who had assembled at the ashram in large numbers. Chaganlal narrated two beautiful incidents on Bhagavan's sense of equality. ChaganlalVYogi affirmed that he had met many sages across India, and Bhagavan's sense of equality and sharing things equally was unmatched. He narrated how one day, when he was seated in the hall, Bhagavan received a big parcel from far away Punjab. It contained Chyavanprash Legium, an Ayurvedic health tonic. The devotee who had sent it had requested that Bhagavan should eat a little bit every day for 2 months, as it would improve his health. Bhagavan simply smiled. The next morning at breakfast, there was a little portion of that tonic on each one's leaf plate. The entire portion was equally shared and finished in one day. An anxious devotee asked Bhagavan, "It was meant to be taken by you every day for 2 months. You have exhausted the whole thing in a single day." Bhagavan gave a maiden smile and said, Yes. Do you think Bhagavan has just this one mouth? All these mouths are Bhagavan's only." Bhagavan did not transgress the wish of the devotee who had sent the tonic. Bhagavan had eaten the whole thing, but through the mouths of everyone there. Seeing Bhagavan's poor health, a devotee made Indian bread with a lot of ghee and brought it along with a cup full of milk and another cup full of orange juice. He took all these to Bhagavan in the hall and said, "Bhagavan, you should take this for your health." Bhagavan did not even look at it. Bhagavan never liked any special treatment extended to him. Not understanding this, one of the ladies in the hall pleaded, "Bhagavan, just because we requested you to sit on the sofa, did you not oblige us by sitting on it? Like that, why don't you take this too? This is only for your health." Bhagavan said, "Yes, what you say is true." To everyone's shock, he then got down from the sofa and sat on the floor. They all begged Bhagavan, Bhagavan, please sit on the sofa. The poor lady who had tried to persuade Bhagavan entreated him with profuse tears in her eyes. I am sorry, Bhagavan. I did not mean this to happen. With a glorious smile on his face, Bhagavan replied, why are you sorry? You have told me the right thing to do. He refused to get up from the floor. Fortunately, an attendant with long years of service took the bold step of lifting Bhagavan and putting him back on the sofa. Bhagavan did not resist being lifted up. He also didn't insist on sitting on the floor. ChaganlalVYogi also told me that once an American came with a single slab of chocolate and gave it to Bhagavan. There were 36 people in the hall at the time. Bhagavan said, cut it into 36 pieces. After the tiny pieces were equally distributed, Bhagavan took the last piece. Bhagavan was that brutally honest about sharing things equally, said ChaganlalVYogi. Once there was a Swami who came to Arunachala and took shelter in a mandap on the Pradakshina road going around the hill. The mandap was just a little away from the ashram. Soon he became known for curing sick people with holy ash. Hundreds and hundreds of people started flocking to him. It was a great sensation at that time. On their way back from the Vibhuti Swami, some of them would come up to the ashram too. At the time, Bhagavan had rheumatic problems with his knees. When he wanted to get up, he had to apply a little Ayurvedic oil on both knees. One day he did not apply it on one knee. Consequently, when he tried to get up, he could not. He sat back on the sofa and started applying oil on that knee. That's all, folks. Let's continue in the next chapter. Thank you. Bye bye. Rama Puppodu.